Hello everyone, welcome to Collective Guidance Tarot. So in this reading, I'll be asking the question, why is the British royal family allowing Prince Harry and Meghan to get away with so much? So let us begin. So today I'll be using the tarot cards and archetypal cards. The Ten of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the King of Cups and the Upright. Okay, so what I'm getting is that the royal family, right? They always felt overburdened by having to protect Harry, and they feel like he didn't choose his burdens wisely, because this is someone who's carrying burdens that he's not supposed to be carrying. He didn't choose his burdens wisely. So they always felt overburdened by him. They always felt like he was a heavy burden to carry. And with the Five of Swords, you can see that this is a card of conflict, mental conflict. There was a lot of talk before Harry left the family. There was a lot of talk, discussion on whether they should allow him to even leave the family. But with the Five of Swords, it tells me that at the end they gave in, to the idea of him walking away, because they were tired of the conflict and the burden that comes with him. They threw away their swords. As you can see, these two people, like, they put the swords down and they have their face turned. And when they did that, it gave Prince Harry the idea that he has won, like he's the victor in this whole situation. Because swords are thoughts. Thoughts are mental things. So in his mind, he thinks that by them putting their sword down, he has won. He is receiving victory. As you can see in his face, he's quite pleased with, the nature of things. So the reason why they are allowing him to get away with so much is because in the first place, he was a burden. And they know that he's not really a sharp person. He's not the sharpest sword. And with the King of Cups, this is someone who has a drinking problem. This is someone who has a lot of addictions. This is someone who basically drinks his emotions. So the royal family knew that he wasn't really a stable man. His emotions ruled over him. And by allowing him to, leave the royal family, they felt like it was a way of them getting rid of this burden. Because the Queen of Cups, when it comes to building an empire, he's not as useful as the Empress, or the Emperor, sorry, or the King of Swords. He's not as useful as the other kings, because this is someone who doesn't have a hold on his emotions. His emotions rule him. And as you guys have seen, the royal family, they are not ruled by their emotions. They don't really respond unless they have to respond. So by getting rid of this energy that is not even useful, to them, was them letting go of the conflict and them feeling overburdened, because what they know is that he's not really a sharp person, he's not that smart, he's not really a useful tool to have in the royal family. So I'm going to pick up to take out the archetypal cards, to sort of clarify, maybe get the hidden energy on why they're allowing him to get away with so much. The vow, the ring, and the storm. And there are, I can't say this card, the name of this card, but the vow, we all know what the vow is. So the vow, this archetypal card, and the upright, it means a commitment, exchanging a vow, making a commitment to someone. And the vow in this regard is, Prince Harry's vow to Meghan Markle. They knew that he didn't choose his burdens wisely, because as you can see with the Ten of Wands, it's clarified by the vow. This vow will destroy him in the end, because the shadow side of this card is, someone who has made a commitment that will destroy them in the end, that they can't escape. So they wanted him to get away with this because they knew that in the end he would suffer more than them, the ring. So during the talks, the conflict that went on whether they should let him go, he was telling them that he was defending this ring, this marriage. We all know what the ring symbolizes. It symbolizes marriage. It's the final thing in solidifying a commitment, the vow, which is the ring. You make that vow, and then you put a ring on a person. He made the vow that he was going to stand with Meghan Markle for the rest of his life. So during the talks, he was defending this ring. He was defending his marriage, and he felt like he was justified in what he was doing. But what they know is that this vow is more of a burden to him than them, so they're not really concerned about him per se, because he was not even a valuable tool to begin with. Because remember when I said that the King of Cups is someone that drinks his emotions. He's not a stable energy. So with the storm clarifying the King of Cups, this tells us that the subconscious energy is the storm. The storm takes everything that is on its way, and the storm is a destructive energy. So he's a distraction to himself. So them losing him is not really, an issue. So that's why they're allowing him to get away with, so much, because he can only get away with it, for so much. People will tire of him, because this is someone who does not have a hold on his emotions. He does not have the swords, the intelligence. His emotions rule over him. This is not a smart intellectual person. This is a king that can easily be manipulated. As you can see with the water in the background, it's not stable. His emotions are not stable. And with the storm, the hidden energy is that he's soon going to experience the storm. And this will force him to go back to this energy of, drinking his emotions. This is substance abuse. A storm is coming. This is a hidden energy. It's what's underneath, what he doesn't see. So with the acapella, this card that I can say, So this is a very significant energy. It's a very like significant energy. Like this is the subconscious, what is not seen. The hidden energy. So this card is a card that signifies the removing the veil of deception. So for them letting him go, for them allowing him to run his mouth over and over again, is them removing the veil of deception, sort of giving the world a glimpse into his world, into who he is. And by him talking about his struggles, he thinks that he's doing damage control. He thinks that if he talks first, then, it protects him from what is yet to come, which is the storm. So as time goes on, the more he talks, the more he speaks, they won't say anything. They won't try to stop him, because what they know is that he's a very unstable, like emotionally unstable person. He's quite devious than what most people think, and he's not really smart. He's ruled by his emotions. This is someone who goes where the wind goes, because the storm brings the wind, and if the wind is going in this direction, he's going on that direction. He does not really have a mind of his own. He's dependent on other people. And the hidden energy in all of this, what most people don't see, is that him talking is the unveiling of revealing the veil of deception, of how deceptive, of how cunning he is. He's deceptive, but without the intellect. And he met someone with the intellect, someone who has manipulated her way through life. And she's sort of like the brains behind everything, because he's not even an empress or the king of swords. If he was the king of swords, then I would say that, okay, maybe he has the intellect, to sort of back up all his stupid emotions, because he does not have a hang on anything. And there's so many things that the family has on him, and they want him to incriminate himself, so they're not gonna do anything. So Spirit, can you please give us more clarifying cards on what this revealing the veil of deception is? The Queen of Cups. So this is someone who is a woman who is like a mothering energy. He was looking for he's in search of his mother. He's looking for his mother. Because the Queen of Cups is someone who is a queen of emotions. She gives her emotions so much to a point where she depletes herself. This is the energy that he carries. He has more of a feminine energy than a masculine energy, and they're not really concerned about him because he's not really a threat. When he made this vow, what he was looking for is this Queen of Cups. He has a deep longing for someone to nurture him, like a mother figure. And when he made this vow, he thought that this was what he's going to get. Because remember, at the beginning of their relationship, Meghan Markle was portrayed as, this kind, loving, selfless individual. And that's what he thought. That is the deception in all of this, is that he thought that she was this Queen of Cups, but in actual reality, she's not. He's always going to be in search of his mother, even when they divorce. He's going to marry someone who represents this mother energy. So Spirit, can you please give us clarity on the Queen of Cups? Okay. Okay, Page of Wands. So, I'm sorry. So with the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands is an energy of, a player. This is a player energy. This is someone who thinks with his D. As you can see, he's admiring his D. This is someone who thinks with his the thing between his legs. So he wasn't really thinking when he made this vow. So many things are yet to come. So many things are yet to be revealed, and people are going to be shocked because we think we know Meghan Markle, but as time goes on, so many things are going to come out. She has pissed off a lot of people. A lot of people are pissed off, and this is what's hidden. This is a very significant card, guys. This is in Kim Kren's a guidebook. This is a very it's the initiation card. This card is the initiation card. It's a very important energy, and this is an energy that is brought forward by the universe. You can't escape the initiation cards. These are very significant cards in her deck. So the significant thing in all of this that the royal family already knows is that so much is yet to be revealed. They're not really worried. So he was thinking with his the thing between his legs when he made this vow to her. There wasn't really any much thought into all of this, into him making this vow, into him, the ring, making this commitment to her. He didn't really think about this. The only time when he was actually using his brain was during this negotiation of, Megxit, them leaving the royal family. And when they allowed him, they sort of gave him the impression that he was in charge, but in actual reality, he's not, because they wouldn't have walked away if you know they wouldn't have walked away if they knew that they wouldn't have dropped the conflict if they knew that this could destroy them in the end. This will destroy him in the end and not his family. So this card also signifies a painful time that is coming. He's going to go through a lot, and they already know. I'm even beginning to think that the royal family has spiritual advisors. Like, a lot of people might not know this, but there's someone advising them. There's someone who knows so much that is advising them to keep quiet, do not respond to him, let him incriminate himself. So can you please, Spirit, can you please clarify the vow? Spirit, please clarify this. Sorry. Oh my gosh, why do I keep moving the camera? Spirit, please clarify the vow. The Ace of Wands. So this is a connection that was built on passion. The Ace of Wands is that passionate new beginning. It was built on a passion. It was built more on passion than love, and this passion has died out. That's why you see him doing that's why you see more of him in the media than her, because he's trying to make her happy. He thinks by throwing his family under the bus, then it means that it sort of brings in that stability in their relationship, because the Ace of Wands is the energy of that new beginning, that passionate new beginning. At first they had this passionate new beginning, but now it has died down. So now that the energy, this passionate energy has died down. He feels like he has to, like, do damage control, because before we were blaming her more than him, and then now it's, the skills have balanced. People see him for who he is, and she's very smart and cunning. That's why she's allowing him to do all the talks, and she's not showing her face, because in as much as people know who she is, she sort of wants to give, people a glimpse into who he is. The Five of Cups and the Page of Cups. We pulled out this card in the other reading that I did with them. So this is his energy. He's very immature when it comes to emotions, and we already know that with the King of Cups, he drinks his emotions. I don't think that he's even like stopped drinking alcohol. He's still like an alcoholic. With the Five of Cups in reverse, this tells me that he wants to walk away. He does recognize that he needs to walk away from all of this, but he won't do it, because in his mind he feels like he doesn't have any options. Because as you can see, this man is looking at all the cards that are on the floor, the disappointment and everything, but what he's failing to realize is that behind him there are two cups that are still full. So in reverse, it tells me that he does recognize that this eventually at some point this has to end, but he will not end this. He will not risk ending this, because in his mind he feels like this was his destiny, this is what's meant for him, and he believes that he will not find anyone after her. Because this is someone who has a very immature energy to love. This card can also symbolize synchronicities. So before this removing the veil of deception energy comes in, the painful times, he can see synchronicities of what's yet to come, but he's ignoring that. It's like he doesn't want to see what's right in front of him. So I'm going to end the reading now. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and please share my videos. Bye.